Guys, welcome to our third lesson on Form 1 Mathematics. My name is Vincent and my contact details are shown on your screen. In today's lesson, we are going to be discussing fractions. So the question is, what is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. So consider this to be, say, an orange. So if we share this orange between two people, we cut it into half. Suppose we want to share it equally, and each one will get a half. So this half is a fraction. A normal fraction is a small number on the top. For example, 2/3, 2/3. This is a normal fraction, and we have what we call improper fraction. Suppose we have 3/2. This is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So our fractions have a numerator and a denominator. So if we have such a scenario that the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it's an improper fraction, and it will be representing not only a part of the whole, but will be having one or more whole numbers and a fraction. So an improper fraction like 3/2 can be written as a mixed number. This is equals to 1 whole and a half. So we will look into how to convert mixed numbers to whole numbers as we'll be going on with our today's lesson. So we normally use fractions from time to time. For example, let's say this school bus has a carrying capacity of 60 people, including the driver. And suppose the bus is carrying 29 students and a driver. So all in all, it's carrying 30 people. So one can say the bus is carrying half of its capacity. You will notice that the value of a fraction remains unchanged if both the numerator and the denominator are either divided or multiplied by the same number. So that's the technique that we normally use to reduce fractions to their lowest terms. Let's look at the example of the bus that I gave. It means the bus is carrying 30 people out of its capacity of 60. This fraction is not in its lowest term. And normally when performing mathematical calculations, we are required to reduce our answers if they're in fraction form to lowest terms. So to reduce this to its lowest term, we divide by the highest common factor. So in this case, the highest common factor is 30. So if we divide by 30/30, we will say 30 into 30, that's 1. 30 into 60, that's 2. So in reduced form, the fraction or the answer is 1/2. So let's look at this first exercise that we are having. Let's look at question number 3. Here I can see that the highest common factor for 15 and 20 is 5. So I can divide by 5 over 5, and here I'll get 5 into 15, that's 3, over 5 into 20, that's 4. So 15 over 20 reduces to 3 over 4. I will pick another one, say number 10. For number 10, I can see that the highest common factor for 30 and 60 is 6. So here if I divide by 6 over 6, 6 into 30, that's 5. 6 into 36 gives me 6. So 30 over 36 reduces to 5 over 6. Well, let's look at another bigger fraction, say number 15. So here it might be a bit difficult to tell right away the highest common factor. So in this particular case, we will need to express the numbers by their factors. So what do? So we say 108 over 144. This is equals to 108. We break it down. So we look for the smallest number that can get into 108. That's 2. 2 into 108, it gives us 54. Then another number, smallest number that gets into 54, 2 into 54, it gives us 27. Then the smallest number that can get into 27 is 3. 3 into 27 gives us 9. 3 into 9 gives us 3. 3 into 3 gives us 1. So 108 is equals to 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Then we divide. Then we do the same for 144. So 144, we look for the smallest number that can get into 144, that's 2. 2 into 144 gives us 72. 2 into 72 gives us 36. 2 into 36 gives us 18. 2 into 18 gives us 9. 3 into 9 gives us 3. 3 into 3 gives us 1. So 144 is equals to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So here we cancel out 2 and 2, 2 and 2, then 3 and 3, 3 and 3. So here our final answer is 3 over 2 times 2, which gives us 4. So 108 over 144 reduces to 3 over 4. So that's a technique that we can use for bigger fractions. So that's all about reducing fractions into their lowest terms. And I advise you to go through all the 20 questions that are in here, because maths is all about practice. Okay, let's fill in the blank in this exercise. Question 1 is saying 2 over 3 is equals to dash over 18. This one is easier. We just say 3 into 18. This gives us 6. So 6. So to get the missing value, we just say 6 times 2, which gives us 12. And if we want to prove it, we can prove that 12 over 18, if we divide by 6 over 6, reduces to 2 over 3. So this exercise is a bit easier. On the third question, we just say 5 into 15, that's 3. So 3 by 3 gives us 9 here. And on this one, 18 what is 18 plus 18? This gives us 36. So there might be something wrong with question 5. Here is supposed to be 6. So having corrected this question, we just say 18 into 36 gives us 2. Then that 2 multiplied by the denominator gives us 10. So 36 over 10, if we divide by 2 over 2, it reduces to 18 over 5, which is an improper fraction. And to write it as a mixed term, this is equals to 5 into 18 is 3, remainder 3, so it's 3 and 3 over 5. Now let's look at addition and subtraction of fractions. If fractions have the same denominator, addition and subtraction is easier. For example, if we look at question number 2, (3 over 7 plus 2 over 7 is just 3 plus 2 all over 7, which gives us 5 over 7. And if you look at question 5, 13 over 15 minus 7 over 15, this gives us 13 minus 7 all over 15. So this is equals to 13 minus 7. This gives us 6 over 15. And this can be reduced to its lowest term, which is 2 over 5. Things becomes different if we have different denominators. For example, if we look at question 11. Question 11 is saying 7 over 12 minus 3 over 8. So to solve this, we need to find a common denominator. And it's wiser to take the lowest common multiple as the common denominator. So if we to find the common denominator, we get a lowest common multiple. A lowest common multiple is a number which, when divided by 12 and 8, we get no remainder. So how do we get the lowest common multiple? We say 12 is equals to 2 times 2 times 3, right? And 8 is equals to 2 times 2 times 2. So if I cancel this 2 and this 2, this 2 and this 2, so our lowest common multiple is equals to 2, this 2 times 2 times this 2 times 3. So this gives us 24. So 24 is our lowest common multiple. So now 12 into 24 gives us 2. And if we multiply 2 by 7, we get 14. 8 into 24, that's 3. 3 times 3 will give us 9. So the answer for 7 over 12 minus 3 over 8 is equals to 5 over 24. Then let's look at question 15, which is a bit different. Question 15 consists of mixed numbers. So how do we solve it? Question 15 is 1.5 minus 3 over 4. So the first thing here is to convert 1.5 into a fraction. So 1.5 is similar to writing 3 over 2, because we say this 1 times the denominator, which is 2, gives us 2. Then if we add 1, we get 3. Then we divide by the denominator that we have. So it's 3 over 2 minus 3 over 4. So if we find the lowest common multiple it's 4. So this is 4 or as a denominator. So we say 2 into 4, our new denominator. We get 2. 2 times the numerator here, which is 3, we get 6. Minus, here we don't have to change anything because we already have 4 as the denominator. So minus 3 over 4. So this is similar to writing 6 minus 3 over 4, which is equals to 3 over 4. So the answer here is 3 over 4. Now let's look at question 17. Question 17 is saying 2 minus 3 over 5. So we first need to convert 2 into a fraction, and 2 as a fraction is equals to 2 over 1, then minus 3 over 5. So we now need a common denominator, which is 5. 1 into 5, it's 5. 5 times 2, that's 10. So 2 over 1 is the same as writing 10 over 5. Then minus, here we don't have to change anything. So it's just 3 over 5. So the answer here is 7 over 5. Which then reduces to 1 and 2 over 5. So the answer here is 1 and 2 over 5. Well, let's now look at more bigger expressions. Let's go to question number 22. Question number 22 is saying 5 3/4 minus 2 7 over 8 plus 1.5. So the first thing here is to convert the mixed numbers into improper fraction. So if we do that conversion, we get 23 over 4 minus 23 over 8 plus 3 over 2. And the common denominator here is 8. So this is equals to O over 8 so 4 gets into 8 twice. So 2 times 23 gives us 46. Then minus, here we don't need to change anything because we are multiplying by 1. So minus 23 plus 2 into 8, that's 4. 4 times 3 gives us 12. So the answer, so if we say 46 minus 23, here we get 3, 2, that's 23, then plus 12, we get 35. So the answer here is equals to 35 over 8. And 35 over 8 is equals to 4 and 3 over 8. So that's the working, and the answer here is 4 and 3 over 8. So using the same technique, we can solve the rest of the questions. So fractions are not that difficult to work with. Let's look at the next exercise. This exercise is pretty easy to work with if we just apply common sense. How many minutes are in half of an hour? So to solve this one, mathematically it's 1 over 2 of 1 hour. So in fractions, of is the same as multiplication. So this is equals to 1 over 2 times. But here we are talking of an hour and we need our answer in minutes. So we know 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. So this is times 60 minutes over 1, because we need to express it as a fraction as well. So this is equals to 1 times 60, we get 60 minutes, over 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 into 60 gives us 30 minutes. So in half of an hour, there are 30 minutes. So question 1, the working is similar to question 2 and 3, as well as question 4. Let's look at question 6, which is saying how many grams are in a quarter of a kg. Likewise, that's 1 over 4 times 1 kg over 1. But we want our answer in grams. So it means we should convert to grams. So that's 1 over 4 times 1000 grams over 1. So this is equals to 250 grams. So using the same technique, we can work out the following exercise. Here I'll just do question 12 as an example. Question 12 is saying what is 2 over 9 of $4.32. So here it's just 2 over 9 times $4.32. So I express it as a fraction, I divide by 1. Then this is equals to 2 times $4.32 I get $8.64. Then if I divide by 9, 9 into 8 gives me 0, remainder 8. 9 into 86 gives me 9, remainder 5. 9 into 54, that's 6. So the answer here is 96 cents. Okay, now let's look at multiplication of fractions. I would look at question 13. So if we are given 3/4 times 1/3, if it is in multiplication, this 3 and this 3 cancel each other out and we have 1 and 1. So this will simplify to 1 times 1, which is 1/4 times 1, which is equals to 4. So the answer here is 1/4. And if we look at question 15, using a similar technique, but here we first need to convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. So it's saying 2.5 times 2/5. This is equals to 5/2. If we express this as a mixed number, it becomes 5/2 here. So it's 5/2 times 2/5. 2 and 2 cancel each other out because we'll be dividing. 5 and 5 cancel each other out, so the answer here is 1. Here the answer is 1. Again, looking at another example, question 16, question 16, Question 16 is saying 4/11 times 2 and 3/4. Again, if we rewrite it, it's 4/11 times, if we convert this into an improper fraction, into a mixed, an improper fraction, we get 11/4. Again, this is equals to 1. This also gives 1. Okay, let's look at a different question. Say question 19. Question 19 is saying 3 and 3/4 times 4/9 times 1 and 1/5. This is equals to, if we convert the first one, it becomes 15/4 then multiplied by, here we don't need to convert, 4 over 9, then we multiply by 6 over 5. This 4 and this 4 divide and cancel each other out, then it becomes 1. Then here, if we divide by 3, we get 2 here and we get 3 here. And this 5, it gets into 15 and we get 3 here. This 3 into this 3 cancels out, so our final answer is 1 times 1 times 2, which is 2 over 1 times 1 times 1, 2 over 1. So our answer here is 2. So fractions are very easy to deal with. Let's look at another example, which is question number 25. Question number 25 is saying 1 and 1 over 4 squared plus, we are dealing with multiplication, so it's supposed to be multiplied by. So there was a typing error here. So it's times 12 over 15. So what do we do here? Don't get scared about this square. We just open a bracket, then we convert this into an improper fraction. That's 5 over 4 squared times 12 over 15. Squared means we are multiplying the same number twice. For example, 2 squared is equals to 2 times 2. 3 squared is equals to 3 times 3. So here what it means, this is equals to 5 over 4 times 5 over 4 times 12 over 15. So if we cross multiply here, 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 15, 3. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 12, 4. So the answer here is 5 times 1 times 4, which is 20 over 4 times 4 times 1, which is 16. So this then reduces to 16 into 20, we get 1, remainder 4 over 16. 4 over 16 in its lowest term, it's 1 and 1 over 4. So the answer here is 1 and 1 over 4. So that's all in dealing with multiplication of fractions. Next, we are going to look at division of fractions. Let's look at question 1 in this exercise. Question 1 is saying 1 and 2 over 3 divided by 5. So the first thing that we do is to convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. So this becomes 5/3 divided by 5. Then here we need to convert one of the fractions. But before we do so, let me express 5 as a fraction. 5 as a fraction is equals to 5/1. So now the most important step here is to say this is equals to 5/3. Then this which is dividing, we are dividing by 5/1. So we put a multiplication sign. Then we convert this fraction to 1/5. So if we change the operation, we then convert this fraction. So here it becomes 5/3 times 1/5. So here our answer, 5 into 5, that's 1. 5 into 5, that's 1. So our answer is 1/3. So the answer here is 1/3. Then let's look at question number 5. Using a similar technique, okay, let me rub this off. Using a similar technique, we can say 1/3/5 divided by 6. This is equals to 8/5 divided by 6/1. And this is equals to 8/5 times 1/6. So a number that can get into 8 and 6 here is 2. So 2 into 8, that's 4. 2 into 6, that's 3. So this reduces to 4/15. So the answer here is 4/15. Well, let's look at another example. Let's look at another example, and this time around we are going to pick question 13. Question 13 is saying 3 and 1/5 divided by 6 and 2/3. This is equals to 16/5 divided by 20/3, which is equal to 16/5 times 3/20. So here if we divide by 4, 4 into 16, that's 4. 4 into 20, that's 5. So this reduces to 12/25. So the answer here is 12/25. Now let's look at our last question. And for our last, we are going to pick a bigger expression, which is question 17. Question 17 is saying 9/10 divided by 3 and 1/5, then all divided by 3/8. All right, let me use a bigger space. So this is equals to 9/10 divided by, if I convert this one, I get 16/5. Then divided by 3/8. So this is equals to, I will start by solving the numerator. 9/10 divided by 16/5 is similar to writing 9/10 times 5/16, then divided by 3/8. So 5 into 5, that's 1. 5 into 10 gives us 2. And we are done. So this is then equals to 9/32. This is a fraction divided by 3/8. So I can rewrite this as 9/32 divided by 3/8, which is equals to 9/32 times 8/3. So 8 into 8, 1. 8 into 34, into 32, that's 4. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 9, that's 3. So this is equals to 3/4. So the answer here is 3/4. So don't get scared if you see bigger expressions as these ones. Using the basic principles, they are very, very, very easy to solve. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment. If you have anything that you need to share with me, contact me on my WhatsApp. There is also a WhatsApp group in which I will share exercises and solutions. So hit me on my WhatsApp and I can join you in the WhatsApp group. Otherwise, it's cheers from me.